All right, we have a 2015 Honda Pilot. It's a touring. And this one has a 3.5 VTEC engine, V6 with the VCM. We're gonna be doing a valve cover gasket, which we already have it here. There you go. I like to use this Fel-pro VS50773R. All right, and then we also have this, the plenum gasket. All right, let's get started. All right, first let's go ahead and remove the valve covers. Use the flat screw to get this pins out, then top just come up with that. Set this aside. So I disconnected this hose here, the hose on the back, this hose from here, it's from the throttle body, and this, just loosen this one here, because that's gonna come up right here with no problem, and loosen these boot for the throttle body. Disconnected this as well, this connector, and loosen all the bolts, these 12mm bolts, and two nuts. I took out the two nuts here, get over there. So this should come up pretty easy. Let's see if it's will budge. Yeah, there you go, it's coming up. So you can, these are all the same sizes, so I'm just gonna move all these, and this is gonna move up straight, so I really need to disconnect this hose here separate and apart, and so the whole thing will come out. As you can see, I removed this part. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that part as well, so the whole thing will just come up. This one here. Okay, so I removed the whole booth, so it'll be easier for me to access the bottom bolts. So we have two bolts and two nuts here. So from there, this should be separate. I'll be able to separate this. Let's see. There you go. I just tap this just a little bit, and just separate that side this way. so to fully remove this throttle body, there's a line here. It's a coolant line. I had to remove it real quick, and so I can push this out and then plug it back in. You will have a little leak there for coolant, but that's okay. And also this one here, there's two 10mm nut. Remove that. Those are the nuts. It comes with the washer, so be careful with that. So once you got that out, this should come out. Let's see if you can pull it out. There you go. Yeah. You can see there's oil in here. Alright, set this aside. I'm gonna clean that later on. So this one we have a new set of these. And I'm here. I don't like that. See the oil? All the oil is coming back here. A bunch of oil. Anyway, let's go continue. We're gonna replace this one here. And now we can go ahead work on our, be able to access the valve cover gasket. I'm gonna remove some of the wires here. So we start with a hard one on the back side. Alright, so before we actually continue working on the valve cover removal, go ahead and put a tape on here so you won't drop anything, tools or screws, bolts inside. And I already started pulling some stuff out, which what you need is we have to remove this wire here on top of the valve cover. So on this side, I believe this is the I think it's a i-Vtec solenoid. There's a couple wires here, so remove this hose. That side, so you all can see it better. Then 1, 2, 3. 3 plugs here need to be removed. So there's 4 here just in case. And I'm gonna lose this a little bit. This power steering here. There's a bolt in the back just to move this on the side. The ground wire here, and we'll see what else we need to remove. We might need to remove these injectors, connectors here, so the wires will move slightly. All right. So on this side, see that area here, the bolt here, I removed that. So this hose for the power steering will have us give us more room. Okay. All right. This wire here has 2 bolts, 2 10mm bolt. This one. So this one is this side. Let's see, I already took it out. That one, and the other one is about this side. Where is it? Yeah, right there. Took it out. So next, go ahead and remove these plug wires, the Colpax wires. Disconnect them from there, and just disconnect these 2 for the injectors. All right, this time we have a little bit of room here, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove the Colpax behind it, and let's see what it is. Yeah, those are 10mm. Alright, let's remove that. Alright, so once we have the Colpax out, let's try and remove the bolts for these valve covers. So there will be, let's see, 6, 1, 2, 3, and the other side, just like right here on the front side. 1, 2, 3, and a couple here too. 1, 2, 3. Could be 4. No, it's just so 6 each valve covers. So we're gonna get this out and the one in the back. And if you're not sure where is the bolts for that, 1, 2, 3, and then get a mirror so you can see. Go back here. You'll see right there. That's 1. And the other side, it's 2. We should have the 3rd one here somewhere. I think. Let me see the camera here. So you got, I'll figure it out, but I can't see the screen right now, but it's somewhere here. So use the mirror and you'll find it. All right, so the bolts for the valve cover is they only have 5 on it, not 6. My mistake. But somehow it can't remove it still because of the wiring harness here. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this power steering pump out so I can access these wires here. So this will lift up so you have more room. So get the tensioner out here. You can see that's what the tensioner here. 14mm bolt. The top pulley. That's what you need to do. Let's see if we can remove that here. So that, and then we're just gonna remove this belt, and we're gonna put a tension just so we won't lose it. So let's slowly remove the tension. There you go. And this belt, I'm just gonna leave it hang here. That should be okay. Be no problem. And there you go. And then the power steering pump should have a couple bolts here. It look like 12mm bolt. There's 2 on the side. Let's go ahead and remove that one. All right, so the power steering pump has 3 bolts. Should be 1 here. Top left, that's 1, so it's loose. Second one is here. That one. Got a light. That one is loose right there. That one, and the last one is in the bottom. You can see my socket. I got connected from here. It goes to, let me see. Right there. It's accessible. Don't worry, guys. It's right there. See that? Behind this one. Right there. So there's 3 of them. And this is loose already. Alright, so that one is out. I'm not even disconnecting the lines. I'm just gonna put that on the side because I know there's a bolt that holds this wire here. Straight down. So just go find it real quick. Alright, so we got that out. See that bolt there? That what's hold this whole harness here. So I'm just gonna 10mm bolt, and we should free up our valve cover in the back. Alright, then that is out. I'm gonna make sure that I got my magnet to grab it. Make sure it's out. So you don't want to drop that one. Alright, see that? That's the bolt that we're looking for. And see what happened here. This should be able to move it up. More room. More room. Alright, so before you start pulling this harness up, there's another wire here that you need to disconnect. This one here. Right on the bottom, the front valve cover. And this harness too. And that will give you more space. There you go, start moving. There you go, guys. I even disconnect these connectors on the front side, and that's start to come up slowly. Also, there's another right here on this side. I'll go ahead and side, and it's attached on, I think it's for the some of the sensor down here. So see the blue wire. So once you get that out, I should be more free here. Here you go. Alright, I think we have plenty of room here. It's about 1 inch. So let's go ahead and try to remove the valve cover. Back. There you go. And let's see. It's good enough to slide it out. If not, we're gonna do a little more adjustment. So I need to glue up some more here. Okay, I think it's okay. I just have to push this out just that bit to drop it to the backside lower. Then I'm gonna go up. It should clear out. Let's see. Okay, I think it's okay. You just have to wiggle it just a little bit because you have some flex on those cables and wires and harness. So let's get this gasket out. Alright, so we got the valve cover out, and this is the old valve cover gasket. Before you put this is just the one side. Before we put the brand new valve cover gasket, we're gonna clean it with a brake cleaning. At least this grooves. Make sure there's no oil in there. I'm gonna clean that out. We're gonna remove these grommets because they all come from the back. Right here. And the stem seals right here. This one, we're gonna remove this. To remove that, just get a pry bar or get a flat screwdriver here, and just be able to get this off. Hold on. Either that, you can use that, or have a special tool for this one. We'll see if this works. Let's try from here. Be careful. Don't scratch it. On one side, go to the other side. Not bad. I already had the flat screw or the pry bar for this one. Yep, I don't like that. Let's use this one. Flat screwdriver, I like it better. And then you're just gonna tap it. There you go. See that? That's out. Then we're gonna put the new one in. Once it's out, we're gonna clean it and put all the new stuff in. Alright, installing these seals for the full pack seals. Make sure you put some grease on it. I'll put the used one there. Put a little lubrication outside so we slide pretty easy here. And then I will be using a size 29 that fits perfect here. A little bit outside, but it's fine as long as you don't hit the inside. So let's go try this out. Let's put it here. Let's cover it up here. So we have there. Make sure it's straight. Feed it slowly. Until they go flush. that's not quite flush yet, you want to like this. Alright, that's much better. You got one more to go. Okay, so this is ready. The valve cover is ready. I got the gasket in and the stems, tube seals. Now I'm gonna go ahead and replace these grommets, the brand new one. I'd normally just cut this to make it quicker. See that? That's gonna be replaced anyway. So just cut them. The short ones goes to the closer to you in the middle, and the long ones, it's the one in the back side. So let's cut all of these. Alright, and then this is out, so I'm gonna put the new one in. These are very flexible, so you can use it by hand. You just do like that. See that? You go in pretty good. Same as this. Okay. Alright, so this is ready to go in. The valve cover is ready to go back in. And before we put it back in, make sure these are all clean. The surfaces are clean. And we're gonna put a little gasket here in the corner. One of the hardest part is in the back side. We're gonna put a little gasket there and put the cover in place. Alright, so I got that in. I'm gonna go ahead and work on the other valve cover gasket before I put all the wires back, because I'm still gonna need to move this out just a little bit. But the valve cover bolts are 9 foot-pounds, so make sure do that and you should be good. Doesn't have to be really tight. Alright, with the front side it's a lot easier. You just have to disconnect this harness here and lift it going to the passenger side. And the same process, you have 5 bolts. Remove the 12 packs, and I have to put the 12 packs back in the back side, and that should be ready to go. Okay, to remove this wire, by the way, there's the coolant temperature here, one here, and there's another vacuum here, this big one here. Need to remove that. And there's like 2, let me show you, hold on. You got a flashlight real quick. There's 2 plugs here, down close to your fan. This plug and that plug need to be removed. And I got 2 for the i-Vtec solenoid, I believe, this one and the green one. And you just have to lift this tab here and it will come up. Okay, so you remove that and then set that aside. So I'm done with these valve cover both sides, so I'm about to put the wires back again. This harness underneath the what is this, power steering. So we're gonna scoot this back in here and we can reconnect everything back. Alright, so I got that down. Don't forget to put the bolt down there. That's the bolt. I'm gonna go ahead and connect my wires here. These wires need to be connected. All these wires here for the solenoid, of course, are wires for injectors, same with the other side. And the other thing that you don't need to forget is the wires that we had in the side here, going all the way down. This one here. Make sure you get that one, the sensor. I think it's actuator. It's down there. Alright. Don't forget that, and then keep going. Now, of course, the hoses here, once you get that plugged in, the coils need to be plugged in. Okay, I'm gonna show you the closer look of the wire that I was telling you that you need to remove, so you can fully stretch this harness to remove the valve cover. If you're looking down here, you see, behind this, that sensor down here. You zoom in real quick. That one, that sensor there, so you can see that one is hanging. That's the one you need to disconnect, which is this long wire over here, towards here. There you go. If you look on this big hot wire harness, it's snake down, just like the two clips there, and it connects down there. Hope you can see it. Just want to make sure you'll find it. Might take you a little time to get it down, but it will make it easier for you to remove the valve cover. Now I'm putting it back in. Okay, so I'm about to install this power steering pump here. Remember, we have 3 bolts. 1, 2, 3, triangle, one at the very bottom. So let's install this, and we can keep continuing. Then after that, we put the manifold. Okay, so now we got installed the power steering pump. We actually put the belt as well already. And thanks to that, before we put the manifold on, double check the wires like that. See that? I haven't even installed that one yet. So I'm gonna double check every single wire that I have. Hey, our light's about to die. Get a different one. Get another light. Because it's dying. Okay. Make sure you have a good source of light so you can see what you're doing. So like that. Like this one is for the injectors. Make sure you hear it click. Tug it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull all the wires. Just make sure everything is connected. I'll remove this one, the coolant reservoir. Make sure I got it clicked. Okay, so time to put the manifold. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this tape that I have. So you can see we have a new gaskets here. We're gonna get a new intake manifold gasket. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the old one. Get a new one in. Have to get a torque specs for this as well. Okay. Alright. Come on. There you go. That's out. So that's the old one. Let's check the new one in. Can only go one way. That's the same. Can be this way, so that way. And then I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up real quick. See how dirty that is. I'm gonna clean this up real quick with a rag. Okay, so I sprayed a brake cleaner on this rag. Just gonna clean it real quick. Make sure that you don't forget this tape here. I'm gonna try to clean the inside as well. If I can clean that. I'm not gonna spray directly here, of course. You don't want to put that brake cleaner there, but that will clean just a little bit. So I'm gonna continue continue doing that for each hose of those things. Alright, so now that's pretty clean. Go ahead, put the new gasket. Make sure it's the same size as the old one. I like using the Fel-pro. Okay, let's put it here. You must trap it at the same time. There you go. Looks pretty good. Now we're gonna drop the intake manifold. I already cleaned the bottom side of it too. So let's go ahead and drop it. I might need 2 hands on this one. Let's see. Alright. Make sure you get the corner with the studs. 2 of them. And then of course the whole body, put it inside. It's pretty good. Hose right here, I can go ahead and install that. So it'll be out and away. Like that. Let's clamp here. Then we'll go ahead and install the taller body. It should go like this. Should go in pretty good. Let's try it one more time. I need to lift it up just a little bit. There you go. Went in. Not too bad. I'm gonna replace this gasket too. Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead and put the nuts and bolts here. We can start with these nuts here. Let's do one corner and this corner. And then put the bolts back in. Let me go ahead and find the torque specs for that. And then I'll put these bolts and nuts on this side too. On the throttle body. Alright, so these bolts here are 12mm socket. They're 16 foot-pounds, so I'm setting this to 16. Alright, there you go. Let me go down just a little bit for you guys. 16 foot-pounds, so I'm gonna start with the middle. Here. See that? I'm not gonna tie it all the way, going outwards to this one here. These are the bolts. The nuts are only 19 foot-pounds. This one here, the nuts are only 9 foot-pounds, not 19. So this is 16 foot-pounds, so I'm gonna change it gradually from inside to out. So I'll start from the middle. It's not 16 yet. And then I'm going to 13, so that's 14. I'm gonna do this cross. Still close to 16 already. And going outwards. And now I can go ahead and fully torque the middle. That's the very middle. 16. 16. 16. Good thing with this you can hear it. 16. 16. That's close to 17 actually, but that's not too bad. Double check. So that's good. Then this one is going to be 9 foot-pounds, but I'm going to go ahead do the intake manifold. This is same thing, 16 foot-pounds on these for nuts and bolts. All right, we'll go ahead and put that in. Okay, so those are torqued down. Next thing to do is put all the hoses going to our manifold, intake manifold. The coolant hose here that we removed a while ago, we're gonna put that in. This needs to go back in, and this is torqued. I want to torque this down. This is not very important, but you can torque that to like 7.2 foot-pounds. This one with a little nut in here. So I'm just gonna install all the wirings and all the connectors that I'm missing. I'm gonna install this too, the booth and the upper. Before I put the upper cover, I'm gonna replace this and clean this real quick. And the bolts for the upper cover is 9. Okay, let's go ahead and install this top cover for the intake manifold. The new gaskets are installed below here. You don't install it on top of the intake manifold. It's in the cover. So once you got that installed, let's go ahead put this in. Alright. The bolts and nuts, let's go ahead and put it in. And these bolts and nuts will be torqued down to 9 foot-pounds. Alright, let's go ahead and plug this in here. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and skip all these. You know how to do that. I'm gonna torque this for 9 foot-pounds. I'll probably clean this for a little bit. Go ahead and install your intake booth here. And before you do that, double check your work. Like me, I double check everything before I actually install everything. Like this one, it's gonna go wrap around and go to this throttle body. Alright guys, that's it. Put everything back in, double check my work, make sure I'm not missing any loose bolts and nuts, hoses, connectors. That's what you need to do. Sometimes you forget by brushing the things. Then I'm about to put the engine cover and we're done. That's not too bad. And these are the tools that I use. I'm not sure if I'm gonna mention it, but I might. These are tools that I use for that. Not too bad. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you like that video. If you have any questions, let me know. Message me, criticize me. So this is for 2015 Honda Pilot, 3.5 liter engine, V6. We did valve cover gasket on these, and it will work with Odyssey and most of the V6, I would say all of the V6 engine of the Honda. Hope you like this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. Till next time, peace.